Hello everyone, welcome to my digital story. I'm Karen Yu Celia from Group F. This video records my training life in PolyU. The purpose of the digital story at PolyU is share what I have learned from 16 May to 24 May. Day 1. NDT and Anchoring. It is the first day of my training. NDT means non-destructive testing. It is one of the methods to check the quality and strength of concrete. In this training, 5 of non-destructive tests were introduced by the teacher, which were combination test, cover metal test, half-self potential test, infrared thermographic test, and Rebrun-Hummer test. I tried the Rebrun-Hummer test and checked the compressive strength of concrete. Next, I conducted the half-self potential test and checked the degree of corrosion of the reinforcement. For the cover metal test, it is a device used to locate the position of reinforcement and measure the exact concrete cover. During the work, we just need to put the cover metal against the concrete and move it carefully and slowly. At last, we carry out the infrared thermographic test. It is used to detect the radiation produced by an object, then convert it into electronic pulse. An image of invisible infrared would be produced on the devices. Part 2. Anchoring. We regret to have a staff from HUT teaching us the mechanism of anchor. Basically, there are 4 types of anchor, which are torque-controlled expansion anchor, undercut anchor, adhesive anchor, and displacement-controlled expansion anchor. He demonstrates how to install an anchor, and we were required to perform it. First, we should drill a hole. Then we have to clean the hole and make sure there is no particles inside. After that, we should check the depth of the hole, and at last, we hammered the anchor into the hole. He also identified different types of failure in anchor with us, which are edge failure, splitting failure, steel failure, and concrete failure. Day 2. Formwork making. This is our task. We were required to make a timber box and formwork. Firstly, we should work out all the dimensions of different components. Then we had to cut the large plywood board into smaller pieces. Here I was using the machines to cut the board. After that, we would cut the plywood into decided size, and I was using the grinding machine to make the plywood. Next, we should start to collect the plywood by layering. These are the components. I was putting them around the kicker and ensure it was firm. After the framework is formed, we use the tie bars to firm the railing tightly. Here is my day 3 training in steel work. Part 1. Steel checking. At the workshop, the teacher demonstrated 2 non-destructive tests to check if there is any cracks or defects in steel samples, which are die penetration test and magnetic particle inspection. Part 2. Making a steel frame. We were divided into 4 groups to make the steel side support. First, we watched demo by tutor. Here, students need to wear protective glass while observing welding. First, we cut steel into decided size with hydraulic saw machine and grind the steel. Then we will mark on the steel and steel frames the exact positions of drilling holes. Here I was marking the positions on steel, and there is a student drilling small hole to mark the positions while drilling. Then we drill holes on steel frame for installing anchor bolts. Then drilling holes on steel plates for installing anchor bolts with boring bed. Apart from marking on steel plates, I was assigned to tighten the bolts. Here I am checking the dimensions of steel and using the steel file to polish the steel components. After manufacturing the steel, I drilled holes with drilling machine. At the same time, my classmate was using the straight saw to cut the steel. Then he marked the positions of drilling to install bolts and nuts. After that, they used bolts and nuts to collect the support of the steel frame. Here is our product. Day 4. Brickwork and plastering. In the morning, we attended class to learn the different types of brick and bondings. We were told the strengths and advantages between them. After that, we learned how to conduct plastering and tiling. Then we went to the workshop and saw the real examples of different types of brickwork, bondings, or other finishes such as tiles. Part 1. Brickwork. We practiced how to erect a 2-level brick wall. Here, tutor was building a brick wall with mortar for reference. Some classmates follow the instruction guided by the tutor, for example, marking the positions and checking the leveling. Part 2. Posturing. The tutor demonstrates how to posturing against a wall. He puts the poster on the wall and spread it evenly. Then he required us to practice once. After the posturing work, another tutor taught us how to erect tiles on the wall. He used cement lime water as an agent to join the tiles. Then we were given chances to practice. In my opinion, it was a difficult task. Our groupmates tried for many times until they success. He also identified different types of machine with us. There is a tile cutter. Here he was using the tile cutter to cut the tile. Apart from showing how to stick the tiles on the wall, the tutor demonstrated how to stick the tiles on floor. During the progress, he reminded us the ratio of cement, sand, and water must be mixed accurately, otherwise the quality of tiles would be poor. Day 5. Scaffolding training. The tutor first described different types of frostwork. He taught us how to use different components to construct our scaffolding work, and the safety measures we should consider. After the introduction, we started to construct the formwork. We should notice when constructing the scaffolding, we need to check the level every time to ensure it is stable. Basically, we were divided into 3 groups, which were project manager, transportation workers, and construction workers. I was assigned to be a construction worker. I transport materials and tightened the bolts. Here I was using the couplers to fix the scaffolding. Finally, we construct the scaffolding successfully. Day 6. Concrete mixing. To start with, every group was given different water to cement ratio to mix the concrete. Firstly, we weigh and collect the materials required and mix them by manpower. We pour the fresh concrete into the concrete cubic mold by 3 layers for further checking of curve strength in the future. The second task is to mix concrete for formwork concreting. All groups are assigned to mix concrete in same ratio. We weigh and collected the materials required, then put it into a tandem mixer. After several minutes, we collect the fresh concrete with a wheelbarrow and transport it next to our I-shaped formwork. Besides, we conduct some tests to check the workability of the fresh concrete. After that, we start concreting to our formwork, and then we use the vibrator to compact the concrete as to force out the air in concrete. Finally, we made a surface treatment to it. Day 7. Structural concrete. The next day after the casting, we back to the workshop and deform the concrete cubit and the formwork. Here a concrete cubit in different ratio. After removing the formwork, we dump the concrete product. Next, we conduct the creep test. Here were the details of our creeps. We took them into the compaction testing machine. This is the failure load of our concrete. Part 2. Reinforcement fixing. In the morning, we learned how to distinguish different types of reinforcement bar and the calculated method of deciding the required number of reinforcement bar in different types of construction. Here we were measuring the length of the steel and cutting it by machines. We were practicing how to bend a steel. We also used the render bending machine to bend the steel. After that, we were required to fix the reinforcement bar for a beam. In this program, I was given the opportunity to engage in various hands-on training and everyday assignments. Such opportunities allow me to build up my confidence. It also provides me a solid foundation towards construction engineering. Although most of the training I attend this summer comes with the burst theories that I had learned before, I still find it very useful because it allows students to participate in technical work. It is more interactive than just learning the knowledge from notes without further practice. This training allows me to have a better understanding about the construction or building works. For instance, during the training of concrete mixing, I learned the exact ratio of mixing between different materials. However, during the exact participation in the work, I realized it was unavoidable to have rating or mixing errors. This course did provide me a platform for learning extra knowledge apart from normal lectures. It helped me to understand the differences between theory and reality. Furthermore, during the training, most of the machines were strange to us. Most of our classmates have never seen or functioned them before. Therefore, it was difficult for us to operate it properly for the first time. However, through our teamwork, we finally made breakthroughs. This made me understand that no matter how difficult the condition is, it can be achieved by teamwork. It is a valuable principle that we never learn from books. Thank you for watching.